Hi, my name is Amanda with Almighty Emu Crafts, and today for How-Tue Tuesday, we're going to learn how to do the waistcoat stitch in honor of this mitten pattern that I'm working on writing up right now for my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. So the waistcoat stitch is a crochet stitch, but it looks very much like a knit stitch. It's a really thick, warm material, so that's why I like to use it for my mittens, but it's also good for things like making stuffed animals if you don't want the stuffing to come out, or anything that you need a really tight weaved fabric for, because you're really not going to get a lot of spacing in between the stitches on this. So what we're going to start out with is just a chain and then a row of single crochets. So I've already done that. That's going to be just your basic single crochet all the way across your row. But when we chain one and then turn our work, instead of going through the top of the stitch like we normally would here, we're actually going to move over one into the stitch that we are going to work into. So we're actually going to go in between this little A here, between those two strands. We're going to push through the center of that stitch. We're going to come out on the back in the center of that stitch as well. We're going to yarn over and pull through, and the rest is just like any other single crochet. Now you want to maintain kind of a loose tension here because you're going to have to work through that same spot on this stitch when you come back on the next row. So again, we're going to kind of work in between the A in the space here. You're going to push through, come out the middle on the back too, yarn over, pull through with some loose tension. That's hard for me. I'm a really tight tensioned crocheter, so that's really difficult for me to do sometimes on this stitch. I have to constantly remind myself to crochet a little looser than normal. And you'll just do that all the way across your row. And I used to hate doing this stitch until I got one of these clover hooks. I absolutely love this clover hook, and it glides right through those stitches. I used to have to fight with every single one. So we'll just crochet all the way to the end of the row, going through the center of those stitches on our single crochet row. And on this end chain, I'm just going to throw a single crochet into it. Not really a good way to do a waistcoat stitch into our chain there, but we're going to need one to stay with our even count. So here I'm going to just chain one like I normally would with single crochets, turn my work. I'm going to not go into the top of the stitch, but again, I'm going to work into the A, and on the back side, just come out right in between those two. And I'm just going to keep going. And you see how this is coming out with this really tight stitched material. That's exactly how we want it to be. It's a lot thicker too. You'll feel it once you get this far. And this is really the basic of the waistcoat stitch. I really wanted to make sure that you guys would be able to do this so that when I release this pattern, hopefully in the next week or two here, you'll be able to make some really awesome Ninja Turtle mittens. So yeah, we'll just continue this, and be sure to check back next week. We'll be looking at another How-Tue Tuesday. And that is what I've got for you today, is just this standard waistcoat stitch. I hope everybody learned a lot. I know I loved showing you. And keep an eye out for those mittens on a pattern. Have a good one. Bye-bye.